Hey guys, I'm Reed Alexander, Neville from Nickelodeon's iCarly, and one of my favorite snacks ever that I talk about on my new healthy eating and exercise and lifestyle site for kids, KewlBites.com, are these YogaVive yoga chips. They're awesome. They're natural, organic, dried apple chips, and I'm going to taste one right now. This is the caramel flavor, and they come in a lot of flavors. They're awesome. Go get them. YogaVive.com. Enjoy! Yeah, I've always been overweight. I've never really been thrilled with how I looked or how I felt. In March 2009, I feel like I almost sort of hit the rock bottom, and I really wanted to make a change. I was running out of energy. I was waking up and feeling sluggish, and I knew that it was because of how I was eating and the fact that my exercise was just nominal. So I really had to make a lifestyle change, and when I decided that I needed to do that, I couldn't find anywhere to turn. There was nothing out there from the viewpoint of a kid or talking to a kid. So I wanted to improvise and sort of go my own way, and I found tons of great resources, books, and online sources, and I would compile all these notes. I was blogging to myself basically all day long. I love cooking. I'm a major Food Network fan, so I would call my mom and I'd say, okay, I'm going to email you 20 ingredients. Can you go pick these up at the market so I can work on my latest concoction in my kitchen that I turned into a science lab. I started working with a fitness trainer. I learned how to make exercise so much fun. And eventually I started losing weight. I would go to events or a friend's party or something like that. And it was really nice because people would say to me, hey, Reed, it looks like you've really made a change. What have you done? And I told them how I lost 15 pounds, how I had so much more energy, and it really empowered me to keep going. So finally, when I had these stacks of paper and all these tips that I had come up with and so much that I wanted to share, I said, what am I going to do with this? And I realized I really wanted to help out to hopefully, be a voice in solving that problem that I found in the beginning, which was I had nowhere to go. So that's how Kewl Bites began, and that's my way of sharing my thoughts and my tips, my information with kids, and hopefully I can reach out to people. So that's where it came from. I really did come up with the design for the site. I'm very picky when it comes to that stuff because I knew that I wanted to create a world for kids that would be completely interactive. And the kitchen is so relatable because we all have a kitchen, we all have to eat, and that's why when I was coming up with the design of the site, I said, this is what I want here. I want this to be functional. This is what I want kids to be able to play with so they can come on and make it fun. So yeah, the design definitely took a lot to get to where it is, and it's always being developed further. I'm always trying to add new elements. But yeah, the design and the content were me, so I hope kids like them. I love cooking. I love hanging out in my kitchen. It's really fun. So I spend a lot of time developing recipes, and I've had some mishaps. Some go well and some don't. I could definitely tell some stories about that. But I have come up with all the recipes. I'm always coming up with more. I'm about to add a lot more on for, some current events, and just so kids have resources that they can turn to when they want some of their favorite foods, but they want to make them healthy, and they want to cut the calories and the fat while completely preserving the flavor. I think there's a big misconception with a lot of foods that because we see them a certain way, whether it's doused in butter or a lot of salt put on them, that we can't make them delicious and healthy. And popcorn's a great example of that. I love popcorn. I eat it probably once a day. I love a lot of 100-calorie servings of popcorn. There are so many foods you can do that with, that you can take and make phenomenal and delicious and very, very healthy. So I really believe in that, and that's what I try and do. I like a lot of snacks that initially people think, ooh, I have to shy away from those, but you really don't have to. Like, fries. What's wrong with having sweet potatoes that you slice up into little fries and bake them in the oven? I mean, they taste amazing, and that's just another example, too. Oh my gosh, the most important meal of the day, I think, is breakfast. I think they're all essential. I don't skip any of them, and I try and have snacks too, but I find that breakfast really sets me off the right way. If I have a little tiny breakfast, I'll feel it an hour later, and it'll just set the tone for sort of like a sluggish day where you don't get a lot done. But if I really have protein for breakfast, like some great egg whites, or a little whole wheat toast on the side, you know what, I'm ready to go for the rest of the day. So that's really important. You know what else I love? Whey protein shakes for breakfast, because the key is getting the energy. So breakfast is essential. As a teenager, as a kid, when you learn healthy lifestyle choices early on, they become a part of you. And it's so important. You know, I have a relative who recently passed away from diabetes. And we have a family history of that, heart disease, diabetes. And whether or not that runs in your family, getting healthy early and learning about that is not only easy, not only is it fun, but it's essential because it sets the tone for the rest of your life. And it's so important to get started now than waiting years and years when it can, unfortunately sometimes be too late. So I definitely believe in starting early. It's really important to me.